What's up, beautiful people? I just created a sick AI SaaS using the three horsemen of the AI apocalypse. We got Claude Code, we got FireCrawl, and we got OpenSaaS, the brains behind the operation. Guys, this is kind of the dream stack. Look at this app, OpenSaaS, pre-config your landing page, add Claude, kind of edit it, and then I'm just going to create a little account and show you the tool, Dossier AI. And look how easy this is. Wasp has a dummy email sender here, so I just click to confirm. Boom. Basically, what I did is I had FireCrawl run searches on these emails to write me a list of the person's LinkedIn, recent posts, stuff from their Twitter, articles. Just made this sweet little dossier for my meetings and sales. So basically, whenever I'm about to get on a call, I have, like, people's LinkedIn links and, like, what company they work for and stuff, but I want, like, some social intelligence there, like, what projects have they worked on? What companies have they worked for? Have they been on podcasts? So, I wanna use FireCrawl to search the web and scrape it and give me a quick dossier before I hop on calls. Now, let's talk about Wasp. I'd really recommend Wasp for people who are getting started into coding in general. This is how I learned coding. It just abstracts away all the annoying stuff like package management and databases and authentication and stuff from React. And even better, they have this free template OpenSaaS that we're going to use today that comes with Stripe built in for payments and authentication and a bunch of other good stuff. I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up. So you just put this command into your terminal like this, and then hit enter and it'll install Wasp. And then next, you're just going to do Wasp new. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick, just so that you know what it looks like. So similar to like if you're creating a React project, you might use like the create React app command, but that can sometimes be annoying. So this just like installs a bunch of goodies and makes sure everything's up to date. Okay, so let's say dossier throw away. Okay, so we're here, we're using Wasp, and you have 4 options: a simple starter template, minimal template, with not much in it, the SaaS template that we're going to use, and then AI generated. So you can actually talk to it like Cursor or Claude or something. So we're going to go with 3 for SaaS. Okay. So it's just going to spin this up for us. And while we're here, let's go into Cursor real quick, which is where I do my coding locally. And go watch it be built. Okay, cool. So we've already got the app directory here. They throw in a blog on top and they got some testing set up here. Okay. So next, all we need to do is cd in. So go to terminal. CD is how you change directories in terminal. Okay. We're cd'd in. Now we need to start the database. So let's do Wasp DB Start. Oh, you need to have Docker installed. Docker. Okay. So this just spins up local containers. So like, instead of having a Postgres database in the cloud somewhere, this will just spin one up on your desktop and you just need to have the Docker app open. So now that we've got that open, let's run that same command. You can press up on your keyboard to get back the latest command that you sent in your terminal. All right, so that database is running. We're pretty much just going to leave it running in the background the whole time we're developing. So you need to do with the migration. So anytime you change something about the database, you need to migrate it, kind of to update it. Wasp DB. Oh, I'm not in app. So we need to make sure we're in app. So you might as well just open this as your root folder. Wasp DB migrate dev. All right, so it's going to set up that database for us and see how it's running npm install and all this stuff. Each of those like little commands that you see it doing are like pre-cooked into scripts. If you weren't using Wasp, Cursor would have to send each of these commands for you. So it just makes it easier. All right, see, it's adding tables with columns into the database. And then we need to do this. Let's name it just one. We need to create a .env. And then I want to show you guys Wasp DB Studio. So at any time, you can kind of take a peek into your database. Remember, it needs to be running at a different terminal session. And then if you type Wasp DB Studio, we can come in here, click on a table, see all the data. If we had something in here, we could edit it. So like you could add a user, save, delete, boom, we're in our database. So that's super cool. I like to leave that open while I'm coding too. And then
The final step would be to see your app, type in Wasp Start. And this is another thing, like if you're in React, normally you'd have to rebuild your app and then run a command to start the app. And all you have to do is type Wasp Start and it'll run it for you here. So yeah, here's what it looks like by default. Pretty nice SaaS landing page. And so you can go ahead and use Cursor or Claude Code to edit this as you like. We're going to be using Claude Code. Let's get back to the project that I set up. So I'm going to close out of this. This is my Wasp app that I started. And I open Claude Code. All you do is you go into a terminal and you type in Claude. And now you're talking to the agent. So whenever you start a new Claude project, like I'll go into this one and I'll hit init and that'll start and it'll add in this Claude MD. So it'll look at your existing code and actually write like how it's set up as like a little rules for like your Claude agents to follow. And then it'll make this Claude agent thing here so we can create agents. So I might do /agent, create new agent. And as you can see, we've got a Wasp agent in here already. But I'm going to do a new one. So you could do a project one that's just local to this directory or a personal one, and you can use that in any project that you want. So we'll just do like a project one real quick. So we can choose generate with Claude. And we have a FireCrawl expert, it looks like. Let's do a Wasp expert. You are WaspBot. You are an expert on the Wasp, Lang, and then I just might take those docs. Here we are. Here's a link to the docs. All right, it's going to create a sub-agent for us. We can go deploy this sub-agent along with other sub-agents and have them work all in tandem. So next you get to select what tools it has. This is really useful because you can make like a project manager bot that's read only. So it will use like all its tokens just on reading and understanding and planning, but won't actually edit code. We want this probably to be able to edit tools. Yeah, we need execution. So that means like able to do terminal commands like this, because with Wasp, sometimes you'll need to do that. We don't need MCP tools. So I'm going to turn that off. Continue. And then you can pick your model here. And this is where it gets cool because if you just use the vanilla agent, like you might burn some tokens in Claude Code, but you can make it smarter, go up to Opus, like the Cadillac model, or you can go down to like the Honda Civic model, which Haiku is what we're going to do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to kill this terminal, go back to the one I started yesterday. I'm going to make sure we have our Wasp database running in the background, and I'll show you guys. I have a PRD on what to do that I generated with Claude just by talking to it. Okay, and I already did an initial command. I'm just going to go ahead and get back into Claude here and then do resume command. Continue your work, utilize this Wasp agent framework and FireCrawl as we need. Okay, cool. You can see that it's made an updated to-do list. Here come the sub agents, and you can tell which ones are working by obviously the name, but you can select different colors for them, which is cool. So they're like little coding Power Rangers. Authentication should already be going, right? And this is what's cool. If you go into app and then main Wasp, this is kind of the brain of our app. So you can think of it kind of like it controls all of the pages all in one place. So we got auth pages here, we got user pages. And then if we go into Wasp, we can see our database files are here. So remember how in main.wasp, we had all those different queries and actions that actually do stuff in our app? If we go to the operations file, this is where they're actually like written out, like what they do. So we've got some baked in here already for file uploads and authentication. So right now it's email and password by default. And then we can uncomment here to enable Google Auth. And like this just could not be easier. Google Auth is for some reason always a nightmare for me. ENV, that's where you're going to stick your keys. And we would just stick it in here. It has all these keys laid out for you already. It's so nice. Let's go check on our agents. Okay, so let's migrate the database. Holy moly, we did something wrong. I'm going to take this and kick it back to my agents. So I'm going to go ahead and just add my Wasp Fullstack Architect bot and say, hey, we got a bunch of errors when we tried to migrate the database. Figure it out. Okay. And then I pasted those error codes in. And then let's go into FireCrawl. So I haven't used this in a project yet, but I'm like really interested. It's AI enhanced web scraping. So the AI will be smart enough to like find the data that you're looking for and then enhance it, format it. So really good for prototyping stuff that's going to pull data from the internet. So let's do my site real quick. Okay, cool. So let's pull it as Markdown, and then we could do a search. So let's do a search for Billy Howell podcast. Web images news. Oh, so you could choose if you want to get back links. Let's get back links and a summary, but cool. So there's a Spotify one I did. The founder of the Cajun Turkey Company. That's not me. I don't think I founded a Cajun Turkey Company. That's pretty sweet. That's me. It's me. Cool. So that's basically FireCrawl. Okay. Here, speak of the devil. We're installing FireCrawl. This would be totally avoidable if I had Context 7 MCP installed. So maybe we should do that. Context 7 is an MCP that lets agents just look up the current documentation for different libraries. What about Claude Code? Oh, okay. API key goes here. All right, let's try that. All right, that should work. It's working on the contacts page. So let's try migrating this database. No. Okay, let's go see what we can debug here. Where's that error? What's going wrong here? Okay, so Claude's learning and it's fixing its errors because now it knows it needs to do the database migration before continuing. So got ahead of himself. Oh, are we migrating? Ugh, cursor, stop. Oh yeah, you can shift in plan mode or edit mode by pressing shift tab, but it's having trouble naming the migration. So let's stop. Stop it, Claude. Did you mess up my database or switch which port it's running on? Please revert it to the default Wasp port. I will handle the migration. That's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to hit hashtag here and add this to its memory, which is going to go in the Claude MD file. It's got rules on what to do. Do not run Wasp DB migrate dev. Whenever you get to a point where you need to do this, stop your work and ask me, the user, to do it. Okay, bang. Completed the migration. Please proceed with building out the app. Oh, and you know what? We aren't even using Git. Probably would have been smart. So if you type Git init, you can start saving your local files. First commit. This is like muscle memory. Ooh, what are we doing here? All right, let's put FireCrawl in. I'm going to stop that. Proceed with FireCrawl only. For now, we're going to use FireCrawl. Okay, I'm excited. I really want to get working on this app. I feel ahead of where I would be if I was doing this from scratch without OpenSaaS and Wasp. And I say that as someone that used Wasp for, I don't know, a year or two to like code everything and then used OpenSaaS for some stuff too. And I don't know why I've gotten away from it. Maybe because I'm just doing so much stuff like in Replit and not locally as much. It's funny, sometimes Claude Code, like, bumps up against its limitations. So if you tell it it can't edit code, but it can use the terminal, it'll start using terminal commands to edit files and stuff. So it's just funny how, like, stubborn AI can be. Ew. You have a website? Okay, so this is the built-in Wasp authentication. Let's do this. What is that error? Okay, if I was smart, I would go back to Wasp docs. Okay. There's like a one line to disable the verification. Oh, duh. Logs the email to the console. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how this works. So this is sick. So normally like you would just add in SendGrid, like you would add in like your API keys into the env file. And then instead of dummy here, you would just type in like SendGrid. And so this is going to tell Wasp to use SendGrid to send emails to verify their email when they're signing up. If you set it to dummy, I'll show you what happens. When you come in here to sign up, it's just going to show that you can confirm your email here in the terminal. So we got dummy 2FA. And it'd be much harder to add this in without Wasp, right? It's good to build with like the auth that you want to use from the start. Okay, so let's go ahead and, oh, you know what? We need to add keys. Almost got me. Bang, we got a FireCrawl key. Oh, and look, that's the other sick part. So let me walk you through why Wasp is so cool. Normally, if I change something in my environment variables, like my secrets here, my keys, I'm going to have to stop the local dev server and then build it again. And Wasp just detected that I changed it and automatically restarted it and ran it. So we're logged in. Let's type in and see what happens. Okay, something broke. Great. Something went wrong when I tried to search for a contact. FireCrawl keys have been added, so that's the issue. Right, so I think Claude is testing. Do you need help testing? Should I test? I guess maybe we need to test it real quick. We're also going to test what happens if we run the same contact twice. Could try my other email. Wait, did it work? This wasn't here before. And that's from my LinkedIn. No way. Existing contact. I think there was an error. Also, when I click the eyes icon next to the contact in the table, it 404s. I think this is meant to link to the summarized dossier that we created for the contact. Take a look at requirements again to see what UI functionality you need to build. Okay, I am really excited because I think this indicates to me that FireCrawl is working, and that was the hard part. So we're getting the data in. Now we just need to like fix the flow, like make sure it displays right. And we might do a little Wasp DB Studio here to see what we've got saved, since we're having trouble seeing it in the front end at the moment. Okay, so it found my first name and last name. I found my LinkedIn. Okay, yeah, wow, it found my LinkedIn. This is not my business URL. I don't know how it found that. Okay, it looks like it doesn't have a dossier. So I'm going to go ahead and find one of my other agents. It would do Wasp. Hey, using Tailwind, please update our main landing page. And I'm going to add it to reflect the app we built. The app is described in requirements. Boom. This is such a sick default SaaS template. It doesn't look AI-y, which I think a lot of ones do. So this is a great way to differentiate, I would say. Ugh, and it's so fast. It's like so snappy compared to a lot of other stuff. Like, bang, we're in. Like, I really like this. Classic AI can't do text coloring correctly. So he's editing the landing page. Look at that. Let's go. Look at that. Those are fake, but probably need to do a different image there, and I don't really know what this is supposed to be. We don't need that, but this is really coming together. Look at this. Oh, that's sick. Can you remove the big splash image and the used by section, please? I think I misunderstood me. Oh, well, I kind of like it like this. Let's try to log back in. Okay, cool, we're in. Let's try, I guess try me again. I didn't really think about running into this problem with duplicate contacts. Oh, I could have refreshed. Okay, I think it's researching. Oh, research complete. Cool. Oh, we've got our dossier. What? This is literally the most recent YouTube video I've appeared in. That's sick. Ugh. It found my personal website. If I was doing sales, getting something like this, we could make it so it's cleaned up a little better. But this is more useful than looking at like a row in like Apollo or Clay. This is sick. We just built something useful with OpenSaaS and FireCrawl and Claude. Wow, this is cool. We need another email. Let's do Nick. Okay, I don't see a progress bar. Look how fast this loads. I'm just hitting refresh. It's so fast. It's lightning. Let's just do start research. Oh! That's weird. We hit the rate limit. Because we shouldn't have done 7 requests in a minute. Also, this is nice that it visualizes this error. We got this error when I tried to research a single contact. If you're doing multiple searches at once, maybe space them out. I'm wondering like if it's searching for someone and then like crawling some of those pages that it finds or like doing different keywords. Oh, it's done. Okay. Got Nick's company. Got his LinkedIn. Got a recent LinkedIn post. That is hype. That is very hype. Because this would be something I'd want in a dossier for someone about to jump on a call with. Very cool. Sick. Yeah. Shout out Wasp. Shout out OpenSaaS. And please subscribe and tell me what you want me to build next. I'm really excited. I think this is the dream stack. Like you can see how snappy, like it's fast clicking around in here. We're not loading bloated React, baby. We're in Wasp. That's it for me. Seacrest out.